Hello, my juicy co-creators, Lilou here. One of the last videos from Maui in Hawaii, and this is very exciting because I met Pono and through Jacob Liverman, and this is what a treat here because we're up to really discovering other aspects of Hawaii and really the nature and the plants and the food. You're a passionate guide here in the mountains, so this is really exciting. This is a treat, and I'm wearing, look at what I have. I feel like I'm marrying Hawaii today. I feel like a tall princess. What are these? What do I have around?
You're wearing Puamelia, lei Puamelia, or Plumeria leis. This is the or the head lei, and this is the lei. And it's got various varieties from my aina, or my land that I'm taking care of. And there's some pink ones, and there's some striped ones. And this one they refer to as the Hai Hawaii, or the Hawaiian flag. It's kind of striped, and they have beautiful smells. And I'm so happy that we can enjoy this. The lei is in a circle, so it has no beginning, no end, like eternity, like love, like God. So,
and it's so special. We're in the Iao Valley.
Iao.
Tell us briefly about this valley because we'll go deeper.
Iao means cloud supreme. This is the one of the Navai Eha, the four great rivers of this part of Maui, of Mauna Kahalavai, the highest peak here, 5,788 foot peak, the tallest being Pu'ukukui, or Candle Nut Hill. We're surrounded by the kukui trees in this valley that give us our light for candles and torches and everything else we need, and good massage oil as well. And the next spot we will visit will be the Kukaimoku, which is Iao Needle, the needle that refused to erode. And that's kind of the main attraction there. But we're in Cape Paniwai Park, where we can experience the pali, or the cliffs very close to us on either side. Very beautiful, very misty. This is a watershed for one of our great, the biggest freshwater source on Maui. The biggest river is this Wailuku River, also known as the Iao Stream.
And we're only like 15 minutes from the airport, right?
Right, that's about it.
And we're in paradise. I'm going to really film all around those beautiful mountains. This just remind me so much of Kauai too. A lot of nature, a lot of green, a lot of like this power mountain energy. You feel the mana.
It's a vahipana, a sacred site, very important. Lots of ali'i were here, a very important religious place. The heiau, or temples of the ali'i, are on the banks of this river, and there's actually one right here. We'll go look at a small one.
Can you tell me why your name is Pono? Because we've heard of Pono this morning through Auntie Lei.
Well, Pono means many things, but I was given that name by one of my teachers, one of my kumus. I was studying with Papaka Alakea about the la'o lapa'o, the medicine plants. And he kind of took me under his wing. It was in the 90s, where the elders got together monthly and shared what they knew that had been passed down from their kupuna, their ancestors, and how plants were used. But it was a lot more than that. It wasn't just the physical, you make medicine by pounding this root. No. It was all how to get yourself pono and ho'oponopono and clear yourself and be ready so that you can receive it. And one of Papa's famous lines was, "You see this plant? There is medicine in this plant. There's no medicine in this plant." So getting in touch with Keakua, your relation with God, and always pule, always praying. And anyway, he gave me the name Pono after one of our classes, and I've pretty much kept and used that name exclusively. You can still call me my English name if you want, just don't call me too early on Sunday morning. Call me anything you want. But pretty much everybody calls me Pono. Here we are at beautiful Iao Valley. This is the Iao Needle. Kukaimoku is the Hawaiian name. In ancient times, they used this as a lookout for warfare. But also, it's a manifestation of the phallic stone of Kanaloa, the Hawaiian god of the ocean. And we are in a realm known as Kawaiola Okane, or the healing waters of Kane, the god of fresh water and sunlight, who created this beautiful place we're at. So I'd like to share with you a honi, or a greeting, traditional Hawaiian greeting. And to do that, we want to hold each other's shoulders. And we're going to put forehead together.
Oh, yeah.
And look into each other's eyes and inhale through the nose.
Oh,
and when the vision becomes one, and when the vision becomes one, we see and realize that we are one and the same.
Very cool. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Aloha.
Wow. This feels really like a power spot. I have a ley line that crosses Maui, and it goes through pretty much the center of Maui, and I know this is here. I feel
This
it.
is the head of Maui, Maui the Hawaiian Superman. We have Kahalavai, this mountain, as his head, and Haleakala as his body. So you are right inside the po'o, the head. Hawaii, or Hawaiian value words inside here. So as a little makana or a gift, we're going to shake the box, and we'll take our first pull, and simply we'll say whatever comes to mind. And I'll help you with the olelo if you get stuck. Kalana, forgiveness. I forgive you and everybody for any wrong that has been done, and in forgiving others, it frees myself.
Should I get one for
Shake.
shake, 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 shake? I love this game.
Let's see what you get.
I get Hano. It's the birth of something new for all of us here on this planet. We're celebrating life. This is a new birth. I feel this is the emergence of something new.
Nice.
No coincidence we're here today. I picked up birth, and yesterday I picked up some other cards, and I had like death and rebirth. So here we are.
Accident. So the second pull, we're going to say something that we'd like to give to the islands, a way that we want to give our aloha back to the islands. So let's see. Relate what we pulled to our experience here. Ho'oma ke'aka. Humor. So I have to say that the islanders have a lot of good fun times laughing and playing and carrying on, especially when you get together for any kind of pa'ina party or ho'olaule'a, any kind of celebration, or luau. And those are some of the most memorable and happy times that I have. And so we try to keep a spirit, a light heart, and go with the flow, and remember to have a sense of humor, like the Hawaiians have. You have to survive these challenging times. Shake.
So this is related to the islands?
Yes.
Okay. Islands, islands.
The first was for us, whatever first came to us. Second is for the islands. Love me one more.
Ake ho'oma popo.
Ike ho'omau popo. You have a tough one.
Conscious. Well, the island bring conscious. It really makes you conscious of what's really happening on the planet. It makes you conscious that the islands are alive. She's conscious. She brings consciousness. She raises consciousness. They raise the goddess, the Mother Earth, the plants here, the energy, the mana, the trees, the plants, the mountains. The mountains are conscious. You know, all of it is conscious. We're all being affected by this, and through those videos I have countless number of people that said, oh yeah, we can feel the energy, we can feel that glow, we can feel the thank you for sharing that through the videos. So it's going out to the world.
Wonderful. So we are here and we're present, and the islands are embracing us, and we are doing in our way, being present and being here now and enjoying the breath and the life that's being afforded. Good afternoon. My name is Pono Fried, and I am hosting Lilou's show today. We are in beautiful Cape Paniwai Park in Iao Valley, the Valley of the Kings, named such for the large quantity of ali'i, or chiefs, that have been associated with this valley. There are many caves where the remains of the ali'i are buried, and this has always been a very important vahipana, or sacred site, for the Hawaiians. So I wanted to share this with Lilou. It's one of my favorite places in the world. It's one of the things that makes Maui no Ka'oi, or Maui, is the best. So here we are by the Hale Hawaii, or the little Hawaiian house. And we have a cultural heritage gardens here, where many of the cultures that have come here to help with sugar plantation and ranching and pineapple have their hale, or their homes, replica miniature houses. There's the Filipino and the Japanese, the Chinese, the Portuguese, the Korean, the Puerto Rican contribution, and the Caucasian, the missionary. But of course, since we are in Hawaii, we must come here. We are at a small ahu, or shrine, like a small heiau, a little platform. You can see a terrace of stones, all using the dry placement. And there's kind of a piko, or a central stone, that is maybe the power spot of this particular spot. And I'm going to just share with you a chant today that's asking for permission to enter this sacred realm. You would use this chant if you're going into a classroom or you're traveling in an area. It basically makes reference to Mount Waialealeang Kauai, and it's a very old chant that many students in Hawaii would know. And it's just asking for crossing and entering and permission to be at a place like this. We're surrounded by beautiful kukui trees, the candle nut tree where we get our source of light prior to the days of kerosene and electricity. And we also have a beautiful kokio ula ula, a rare red native hibiscus plant. And there's a little bit of la'i growing and some invasive species as well, philodendron and this Java plum. Ai tu nihita mauna ita la'i ho vai ale lai vai luai hu tia e lai ta lani ta papa awaio ta vai tini ala e lai no na lo taipu ha ta laula mautao ta pae mai pae ta leo he ole ta hea mai ye. One of the protocol would be you don't touch these sacred stones. We have no business touching them, so they're not to be moved or stood on, or you don't throw the rocks or play on it. You respect it and leave it as is. Aloha again. So we are now inside the hale. This is a replica of a traditional hale that would be some kind of a meeting house. You see it's open on all sides. You could sit, you could rest, you could eat, you could basically relax during the hot days. And because it's open on all four sides, you have a flow of air. It keeps things cool. So traditionally, the Kanaka Maoli, or the local people, would work before dawn, fishing, farming, doing their crafts, and when it would get very hot, they'd kind of stop resting for a few hours, and it's almost like taking siesta time. You'd eat, you'd rest, and then later in the day, when it got cooler again, you go back out and do more work until dark. So this thatching, there are three main materials used for thatching the roofs, covering the roofs of houses. One is the la'i, the tea leaves that we saw earlier. Another is pili grass, a type of sedge grass that grows native to the islands. And a third popular one is this lolou palm. Right outside here we see a baby lolou palm growing. And there are some other lolou palms planted in this area. Basically, lolou is a very strong type of fan palm, and you see that you have to cure it, slow dry in the shade, in the dry area, before you can use it. But a well-thatched roof made of this type of palm would last you decades, and that would be the same for the pili grass and the same for the tea leaf roofs. Sometimes you have to patch it occasionally, and of course some of the techniques and familiarity with using the material has been lost, but we do have a core of hale builders on the islands, and there's a very wonderful man named Frank Sinensi out in Hana who's been educating a whole new group, a whole new crop of hale builders, where we're using some modern materials. Sometimes you have to have fire code regulations installed, and certain kinds of very strong nylon and rope and cordage is used rather than making your very own out of sennet, out of coconut husk, or out of the hau, the native wild hibiscus, because those processes are very lengthy. But still, the wood that's selected, they go into the forest, they get large trees that are appropriate. I don't know exactly what they're using here, so to speak, but often they'll use guava, or they'll use ohia wood if they can get it. And they're sturdy, and there are many different styles and designs of houses depending on the purpose. Some of them would house drums and special idols, ki'i, or carvings. Some of them would have be used to store a canoe. They call that a halau. Some of them would have your supplies for cooking, and so you lived in what was called a kauhale, or a family compound, and you didn't just have one house, so you had separate quarters for different functions. Here we are in front of a tea leaf. Tea is spelled T-I as opposed to T-E-A, so this is not the tea that you drink. The Hawaiian name for this would be la'i. Can you say la'i?
La'i.
Or lauki?
Lauki.
Or lauti?
Lauti.
Very good. So you may be familiar with this if you've ever been to a luau or seen Hawaiian traditional dancing. The la'i is used to make your grass skirt. It's not really grass, but it's tea leaf that's either left whole or shredded. It's waterproof material, so you can make a raincoat out of it. Before we had aluminum foil, we used the tea leaves to what was called lavalu. Lavalu is wrapping your food in tea leaves and cooking it in the imu, the underground oven. And your food will steam nicely and it would never burn this way. And you could put meats and vegetables in it. Medicinally, this is a very significant plant. If you should have, for example, a headache, and you sit in the shade and breathe and pray and drink cool water and put the la'i on your forehead, it will take your headache away. Please try. Song Iniki Malie talks about the Navai'eha, Waikapu, Wailuku, Waiehu, and Waihe'i, the four waters. And each of them have a wind name that describes the quality. For example, Lave Malie, the gentle wind in Wailuku, it's a little bit more protected and up inside the mountain, whereas the gusty wind is exposed. And the wind that stings the skin is also kind of right where the trade winds hit. Then Waihe'i has Kili O'opu, which is the graceful wind, a little bit more set back in the mountain. Waikapu, makani kokololio, makani hoho ili, iniki niki mahalie, wailuku, makani lave malie, makani hoho ili, iniki niki mahalie, waiehu, makani hoeha ili, makani hoho ili, iniki niki mahalie, waihe, makani kili o'opu, makani hoho ili, iniki niki mahalie, haina, ia mahi ana kapuana, makani hoho ili, iniki niki mahalie,